That's more LA Noire and part 12, I think, of our playthrough of the game. And today we'll be cracking another homicide case. I have had a look, and there's 13 cases left, including this one, so that means 13 more episodes. So hopefully you guys are still enjoying. Obviously last episode was a little bit rubbish on my behalf, so I'm sorry about that, but hopefully we'll be back to full form today.
We will look into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white woman.
Right, Skipper.
I'm going to memorize your name and throw my head away.
Right then, here we are, guys. Let's go and see what we can do.
Body. And Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
Exactly. Did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
Here we go. Right, let's do some driving. Our driving was pretty awful in the last episode, to say the least. I think everything was. Let's go to the pawnbroker first, because that's where Captain Donnelly wanted us to go, so let's go.
You've got
hit
to
the road,
admit
Jack.
this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundskeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sakes.
And he always maintained he was set up.
Well, we all know that most of the cases haven't been entirely done to the finest letter, but who cares? Who cares? We just go with the flow in this game. We all know that wasn't Hugo Muller that did that. Where are we going? Where's this guy?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
Let's have a look.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip. Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
Well, that's 22 karat gold, isn't it? So, pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, let's come out of that.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner.
Bit suspicious. Right.
You
Let's
know the
go
way.
on.
You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
We'll go to the rail yard. And we'll see what this dead body brings up.
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Perp is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. If the Dahlia letters are genuine, then the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Muller.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
It is very interesting, and obviously this killer is getting very, very confident now. Here we are.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it.
Yeah, she's not naked. Interesting.
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them.
Let's talk to him.
Detective Phelps and Galloway, homicide. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
We were shutting cars over to the main line when I saw this man here lying on top of this woman. The woman wasn't moving and seemed to be in a bad way.
What time was this?
About 7:30 this morning, sir.
Thanks for your help. Have you given Patrolman Hart your detail?
I have, sir.
Thank you. You can go now. What have we got here?
White female, approximately 40 years of age, lipstick smudges on the face, but no writing, at least nothing legible. A blunt force trauma to the temple, nose, and eye regions. Ligature marks point to the probable cause of death being strangulation.
Any idea of the time of death?
From her temperature, after midnight would be my guess.
Interesting. Let's check her out.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
Well, the autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
I think that might be it on the body. What's this?
Blood splatter on the carriage. She must have been struck while standing up.
Interesting. We already knew that. You guys want to read it? Make sure that you pause it at that point. And what's this?
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's gonna be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41.
What's this?
Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her. This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
Oh. Already done. Brilliant. Right, let's go and call that in. And then, we'll see what the crack is. Weird how this is just on a tree.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Levine's Liquor. Closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard, if possible.
Just a moment, Detective. Closest store would be the one at 939 South Hope Street.
Thanks for your help.
Cool. Right, let's go to the liquor stores then. Or where should we go first, actually? So there's the crime scene,
Where are we headed?
which we're not finished at yet, weirdly. So, shall we see if there's anything else to do? I mean, there's no more
You can
clues,
drive.
so
And where
I'm
exactly are we
assuming we're
going?
fine. Let's go to the bar first, then. And let's get him to drive, as we always do, because we're
Crazy
lazy.
those goddamn Chinese want to sell the relief food that we're sending them?
Yeah. Yeah, I read about that.
Those people are starving. They can't do that.
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? I guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. Spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately, the Reds will win in China.
Watch your mouth. You know what you're saying?
The people of this country overthrew a king. You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they are starving?
Very, very interesting indeed.
Drink, fellas.
Phelps, Galloway, homicide. We need to ask you some questions concerning Evelyn Summers.
I'm Walter Mensch. Evelyn Summers, what is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass, always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough. She had that kind of stunk about her.
Who did she drink with?
A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
Alright then, let's go and see
What's your
this
name?
guy.
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot.
Why
on
is he
Santa
shouting?
Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
How well did you know her?
I can't say that I knew her. It was more like I was aware of her.
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No, I was at home, writing.
Do you want to get dragged into this, McCaffrey? Do you want us to get interested in you?
She hung out with this powder puff, James Tiernan. They haunted the public library together.
How well do you know James Tiernan?
I know he works some kind of plebeian job at Rawlings Bowling Alley.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Graham. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
Do you want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
Anybody else in here? Apparently not. Can we go out here? Yeah, we can. That's cool. Anything of interest? Doesn't look like it.
Help me out.
I'm pretty sure we didn't join all the dots at that crime scene, Phelps. Let's go back.
Interesting.
Can you drive to this one?
Oh, and we haven't finished at Menches either.
Where are we headed?
Right, shall we go back to the crime scene? Because I said at the time it wasn't crossed out, so let's go back and see if there's anything that we can do there. And we might be able to come back and see what happens.
There'll come a day, and it's coming very soon.
It's a shame we didn't get to hear that little conversation there. Never mind. Anyway, here we are. Let's see what on earth is going on. Is there this guy to talk to as well? Yeah, there is.
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide.
John Ferdinand Jameson.
We need you to answer some questions, John.
If you don't mind, I prefer Ferdinand.
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand?
Are you sure you won't be upset?
Try me, Ferdinand.
I was kissing her. It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against
beating
it.
like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand. Classic Carmine. Is this yours, Ferdinand?
No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick.
Rusty, stop! Don't hit him.
This guy's a freak.
You went through her purse?
It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
You know what's weird? This guy... Oh...
You found her lipstick. What did you write on her body?
What are you talking about? I didn't write anything.
Like, I was gonna say, you know what's weird? He's telling the truth there, but I didn't have the bottle to just
found the body?
believe him.
Yes, I did. I work here. I was coming off shift and headed home.
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury?
A jury? Who gives? I can tell that she's dead. I came through here about midnight. She was here.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective Phelps. Homicide.
You must be new. What's your shoe size?
This is business, Florence. You got a guy who works here by the name of Tiernan?
Sure we do. He's a pin setter. Clears the jams, works the gutters. Go right in. He'll be hopping around the lanes toward the back. He's a nice boy.
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
Oh, he's running. He's running.
Tiernan! LAPD! There!
He's stealing the car. And it's quite a nice car at that. Let's get after it.
Get after it! We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer! Another runner. At least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to lam it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires!
Come on.
Hit it! Clean this asshole off the road! He's going through the square!
So we had him
See him
there.
in time to get out of the way. If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble.
What if they run because someone's setting them up? Because they feel like the deck is stacked against them?
That don't make up ridiculous stories for them to tell you.
Oh no. Oh, it's a good job we got out of the way of the train there.
Time to play around, Phelps.
Come on.
Whoa, looks like we're going into the tunnels.
God damn it, he'll kill himself.
It's all right, as long as he doesn't kill us, I'm okay with it.
I got him. And hopefully we can get him before
Hands behind your head.
we get killed. There we go. Good stuff.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
Now let's go to the liquor store. See what happens there, and then we'll go back to the bar. Here we go then. I think this episode's going a little bit better than the last episode, to say the least. But the loading times are not.
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
Let's follow this guy then.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. Now, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
We'll take a look around.
And what's this?
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
There's a bowling pin here.
Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
It's really sad what happens to these people, isn't it?
She wasn't always such a loner. Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Right then, I think we're gonna go back there and ask him some questions. Let's get out of here. Oh, okay, we can ask
We're
him
trying
some
to account
questions.
for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit to pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it, but she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
We got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. And to be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
Do you know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr.
There
Robbins.
we go then.
No problem.
Good stuff.
Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
Let's go. Let's see what he thinks we should do next.
So what next?
Gamewell, let's call this in.
Car
11 King.
Century Broadcasting System. A message from Captain Donnelly. Return to Central. Code 2.
11 King, in or out? Let's not keep the man waiting, Phelps.
Right then, let's get there. Time to go. Now I wonder what's gonna happen this. Ugh. This time, that wasn't my fault.
I get the point.
We'll put the sirens on to make sure people know we're coming and steamroller them through.
Calvera Street Plaza, Unit AM, Code 3, identified.
I'm not gonna bother with any of those side missions.
Steel rollers to process grain into the
Let's keep going.
You can cheer up, son. Call the grocer. A new shipment of...
Right then, I think we should turn right at the next turn in. I think that was a good decision. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this. It's been a really interesting case so far, and I think we're doing alright. It's been quite fast paced as well, which is always good. Whoa! That's a bit exciting. For our own good. So here we are. Perfect parking. Let's head in.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45.
Where
I
are
want
we
to put him down
headed?
to 1 round.
Think it's down there.
His mother would be proud.
Technical services.
All those
I think it's in there, isn't it, usually?
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages,
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, so yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And to follow up on Evelyn Summers, I want daily reports.
It's all very interesting,
Got
isn't
our
it?
order. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Let's use the phone. Why can't Rusty do this?
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thank you.
There we go. Let's head to the McCaffrey residence.
You know the
then.
way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Let's go. And we'll see what he has to say about this.
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What's it got to do with it?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
He is unbelievable sometimes, Rusty, but you've got to love him. You really do. Time to go in? No. Where is he? Apartment
McCaffrey is
6.
in apartment 6.
Let's go. I'm assuming it's probably upstairs, so let's head upstairs. Maybe twice? Yeah.
Want another commendation?
That's rooms 9 and 10, so it is on the second floor. So 5 and 6 this way. This is the one.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
What's this?
It doesn't appear to be connected.
I mean, he doesn't do his washing up, does he? Goodness me. There's a wrench and a bloody shirt here. Definitely being set up.
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in
We're
here?
from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you gonna give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation, at least.
Do some more digging. Aha, is that liquor?
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Unless the clue is up on the roof, you never know. Not sure there's anything else here. So, yeah, let's go and check. Nope, there is definitely clues in here to be found. Aha. That's the other half of the letter.
Torn from the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene.
What's this? There we go. Time to go upstairs. So let's go.
Isn't he the cop they've been talking about on the radio?
Here we are. And hopefully he's not going to run.
Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
I'll go get our wheels.
Oh, what's he doing? Get down. Come on. Went right here, I think. There he is. I wish we could fire a warning shot.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
There he is. We're getting closer. We should be able to get him here. As long as he doesn't get run over or something. Come on. We're so close now. This is it. This is it. This is where we get him. Come on.
Give it up, LAPD.
Oh, we're so close. There we go. Got him.
McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
That was close. Whew.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson? Well, whoever did it, this was that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
I don't think any of these have done it. That's the problem. Like, it's so clearly been set up. Time to go in.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young fellas.
Let's go this way. I'm gonna have a choice of who to charge again, aren't we?
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
You'll have to do better than that, Grosvenor. We know about you and Evelyn.
Evelyn was a lush, and a boring one at that. You can't link her to me.
The book.
We know that you thought enough of her to loan out your copy of the Metaphysics.
I what? I did no such thing. That bitch stole that book from my apartment. The impudent fucking moron.
And that made you angry?
Angry? I was livid. Looking up at me with that stupid face of hers, begging me to forgive her. Ah. Very good. That's one to you, detective.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
It's the torn letter.
How about half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence with her daughter?
What are you talking about?
After you were done beating Evelyn, you searched her and found her mother's letter. That old lady's anguish amused you.
I know nothing about a letter or Evelyn's goddamn mother.
So what was it doing on your writing desk?
I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did. Try exercising your powers of deduction on that.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
Right then. I mean, I just don't think it is him.
You make it if you can get that gas.
Let's go over here and see what the other guy's got to say.
Why did you run, Tiernan?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
Sounds like half an answer to me, Tiernan. Were you sleeping with her?
That's none of your business.
Got that wrong.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it?
She wanted something of his.
You don't like McCaffrey, do you, Tiernan?
He's full of the common man routine, but he props up a bar like the rest of us. Evelyn thought he was going to be a great novelist. He had nothing but vitriol for her.
How are we doing so badly here?
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
If you don't give me some reason to think differently about this, Tiernan, I'm gonna have to go to the DA.
I drank half a bottle of scotch. I don't remember a goddamn thing.
Well, what are we doing wrong?
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
Well, we use a lot of them to clear jams in the pin setting machines.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, a present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
We just did that terribly.
Parker or Rain? I don't know who.
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
So you're telling me you were set up?
That's my conclusion.
I want to make. You know you made it if you got that desk.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore! She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have.
You beat her because she stole from you, because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys. You bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot at a prison graveyard.
I don't think it was him, but, you know, he deserves it after the way he was going on there. So, fair enough. That's that done. We got quite a few of the questions wrong, which, you know, is never good. 4-star. He can write a tell-all memoir from his cell on death row. So there you go. There you have it. Will we have another cutscene? Yes, we will.
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead, first platoon is in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Then we rally with the first, then try for the Nambus.
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Nambus and enfilade.
Mate,
we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant, get back off this fucking bridge. They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions. We only have minutes. I'm in charge here, Sergeant. Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? We don't have time for this, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? My company, 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river. My orders are to reconnoiter the... I think that point is now moot. You have 10 men left. My orders are to save what's left. Move out!
So there you have it then, and if you have enjoyed that, make sure you do leave a like down below. It really does mean a lot for me, really does help out the channel as well, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.